So for this box to turn it on the back right corner, there's a power button there. All you do is flip that on. The other thing you'll have to do is turn the monitor on right here. So it's the center button on it. And then this is your DVD player, Blu-ray, and CD player. You have to manually turn it on with the power button. And then you have eject and play. And then this is the remote for the DVD player. Pretty much like a home remote for your DVD player. You can fast forward, stop, you can do subtitles, and then you have power and eject on the top. Main thing you'll have to do is hit OK when the menu comes up for the movie to start it. And then these are your selection buttons. The only thing you'll really use, these on the left, you'll probably not use because the TV is not built in anymore. This is DVD, AM, FM, and then auxiliary. Auxiliary is this cable on the side. If you want to use a phone, you can plug up there and then it'll play through the auxiliary tab. Top row of buttons is for the operator or for the tech here. The bottom row is for the patient. So right now we have the patient on DVD, and then we have you on FM radio. So you can flip-flop those buttons around. If the patient wants to listen to the radio and you want to watch the DVD, you can do it that way. So either way you want to do it.
Perfect.
Then as far as changing the FM stations, the right and left arrows are your sync button.
Yeah.
The up and down is manual tune, and then the center button is AM FM.
Perfect.
If you change the station, the easiest way to do it, if you look over here on your remote, it'll show you the station. So if you change it, and I kind of manually change the station, the sync button, it's really sensitive to the station, so you almost have to manual tune to kind of, you know, where the local stations are. So that's pretty much it for that. Then this is the remote that you'll use to talk to the patient. And to do that, all you do, pretty much like you do on the GE, you just press down, hold while you're talking, let go, and then the way it's set right now is set for 5 seconds. So the patient has 5 seconds to answer you back.
Perfect.
If you want to change it, you can go up to like 30 seconds.
Okay.
Anywhere from like 3 to 30 seconds, or you can leave it on all the time. And if you do that, then you have to just roll their microphone level up and down, kind of like you do on the G if you don't mute it. But I kind of like the automatic, then you don't have to worry about it. Because most of the time you're going to say, hey, are you doing okay? And it's
the
a yes or no
will say
answer.
yes or no. Yeah.
So it's pretty simple. Then the button on the left is the volume for the patient.
Okay.
And all you do is just roll it up and down.
Perfect.
I usually start it out somewhere around 50%, and then after you do your first sequence or two, then ask the patient, hey, is the volume okay? Because you may have to bump it up by 10% or something.
Perfect.
After you start running.
That's fine.
And then, like I say, the patient microphone, so when the patient talks back to you, that's the level of their voice coming back to you.
We will set it up too.
Yeah. And then main volume is for you. And the little dome speakers in the window are your speakers, and same thing, just roll it to change the volume.
Perfect.
Up here on the top, this always tells you what the patient
If the
is
patient
either
is watching
watching
the
or if they're on the
or
radio.
listen to the radio.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Perfect.
if you change that, it will always change up there. So if you glance down, you kind of know what they're doing.
Perfect.
Menu button, to get in the menu, if you press down, then you can scroll through the menu. So you can change the clock, you can turn the system power off. There's a lot of features in there I don't think you'll ever use. The other thing that happens when you hit talk is the tech camera. That's the camera up there on the top. So what happens when you hit talk, it turns the camera on only when you hold the talk button down.
So the patient will be able to see the tech?
If they have the visor or the goggles on, they will be able to see you.
That is so cool.
So that's pretty neat. If you don't want to use that, there's a cap that you can put over
we
it.
can cap the, yes.
So some techs do not like it on, or if you
put it
change the
here.
button here you can change it from auto
Where I
to
can put it.
manual,
I feel that
and
this can.
it will turn it off.
Okay.
So you can change it in here if you want to, or like I say, the easiest way is probably just to cover it up if they don't like it.
Okay.
If they don't
I
want to
think
go
that
in
is
here
a
and mess
great
around.
feature.
I think it's great for, especially for kids.
Correct. It's
I
like they
mean,
can see someone,
right,
so
'cause
someone
they
is there.
know that you haven't left them, and you
Correct.
know, even for the patients that are claustrophobic, it's still
Yeah.
good to reassure them that you're
I'm
here.
here.
and-
You can see me.
right. Let's see. That tells you radio station if you scroll through there. I was trying to see. Okay, the other feature that is built in is auto voice. So if you use the automatic breath holds in the GE system,
Yeah.
it'll play through our headphones. And
Perfect.
so when that happens, like when the breath holds comes on here, the talk button will turn red, and it should play through our headphones. And we can test it if you can set up a sequence or whatever to do it.
Perfect.
If you need to change just the volume for that, if you press down, you can change that volume too.
Perfect. That is great.
70% is usually pretty good on most of them. So I'll leave it there. Then there's the microphone. If you want to change how long it stays on, like I say, you can change it. I think
5 seconds.
3
I think
seconds
that
up
is
to 30
okay.
seconds. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it there. If there's something else in here, I was trying to think what else you may use. Comm mode. I don't think you'll probably use it because it basically comm mode allows the patient to talk to you while you're talking to them. So I don't think you'll probably use that. But anyway, if I forget something, the manual is really good about telling you in the menu everything
Perfect.
about it. And if you need to change any of the settings, you can do that. The microphone for you is that little bitty hole.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
and you don't have to lean down. It's really good. So I mean, you can set normal just like you would if you're using the G and just press and talk.
Excellent.
The other thing I will tell you, if you need to adjust your volume going to the patient, you can hold the talk button and roll this first button, and that changes your microphone level going to the patient.
Perfect.
So if the patient says, "Hey, you're too loud," that's
Lower
how you change it.
Okay.
Yeah. That's pretty much it there. I think this switch here should turn the box off in the room.
Okay.
I guess we can try it. The only
Yeah.
thing that bothers me, the way that is labeled,
Yeah.
it's labeled for that outlet down there too. And there's an outlet in the room back there.
Yeah.
And it's got the same number on it. I don't know why. That switch should only control the outlet in the room back there.
Yeah.
But I don't know what that is plugged in. Maybe, I guess that's an injector maybe?
It could be the injector. Yeah.
So I hate,
Try it.
does it matter if we
No,
turn it off?
No, we turn it on.
Okay.
I'm looking at the injector to see if it powered it off. No, it did not power
Okay.
off the injector.
All right,
The
so-
machine is up. It only powered off the
Right,
system.
so that turns that
Cinevision.
off, so you don't even, I'll show you in the room back there
Okay.
where the power supply is, but if you need to turn it off for some reason, do that.
Okay.
They recommend
Do we have to turn it off?
They recommend turning it off every night.
Every
but
night. Okay. We
I
work
don't know how you-
24/7.
Okay, so if you do, what I recommend, we've got places that do that, and they may leave it on for a week and
Okay.
never cut it off. So I just tell them, hey, you know, if one of the techs come in the morning when they're doing their QC or something, just turn
Turn it
everything
off.
off and let it sit for a couple minutes, and then turn it back on, and it
Got
just
it.
basically resets everything.
Excellent. Perfect.
The other thing that happens, this pretty little rainbow on the front.
Yep.
So basically, when I turn that off, that turns gray. So basically, that's a sync button. So that means that this unit and that unit are synced together as long as you have the pretty rainbow.
Beautiful.
If it's grayed out, then it'll tell you like the transducer is offline.
Okay.
That's the transducer inside the room.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's telling you that it's off.
Yes, pretty much.
Perfect.
And like I say, if you ever had any problems with artifacts or anything, or RF noise, and you think it may be our system, if you turn that switch off, that's going to eliminate all of the power in the room for our system.
Perfect.
So
And then
that should
you
eliminate
reset
problems,
it,
you know.
and then you turn it back on
Yeah.
and try it again.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
pretty much.
Perfect.
Okay, so that's pretty much all in here.
Okay.
If you want to go look at the goggles, we can, and then I'll show you back there in the equipment room.